Ladies and gentlemen, the Class Debate 2017 with its proposition resolved that the death penalty be reinstated in the Philippines.
Good day to everyone, especially to our teachers, our subject teacher, Mr. George Nimundo, debaters, and to my fellow students, again, good morning. I'm Canada Sumulat, your moderator for today's activity. So as what I've said a while ago, we have an activity which is the debate. So today we're going to tackle the death penalty. The death penalty is an excessive punishment. It is an execution of an offender's sentence to death after conviction by a court of law of a criminal offense. This is one of the most contested issues in the Philippines. The President-elect Rodrigo Roa III in his disposal of the return of the death penalty, which has drawn flock to tolerate the protesting churches, Amnesty International, and individuals. Persons give us or her opinions either they agree or not. We using the modified organ Oxford formats. The debates is between two sides, the affirmative and the negative, with 3 members in each debater from the affirmative side argues either the necessity, beneficiality, or practicability of proposition, while the counterpart of the debaters from the negative side oppose these arguments. Each debater is given 4 minutes to deliver a constructive speech and rebut to the previous arguments. Each debater is given 2 minutes to interpolate or to cross-examine the opposing debaters. Only in categorical questions may be asked. So these are the sequence of the debates. The preposition of this debate is to resolve the death penalty be reinstated in the Philippines. But before we start, I'd like to introduce our panel of judges. First judge is a designated guidance counselor and a teacher to be in this institution. Let us all welcome a round of applause, please, to Mrs. Lachi Lago. Is a master teacher 1 and a MAPI coordinator in this institution. Let us all welcome Mr. Julito Manosa. Last but not the least, an assistant advisor of grade 7 Daffodil and an SSG advisor school year 2016-2017 and an ARCON coordinator in this institution. Let us all welcome Mrs. Michelle Miller. May I call on the affirmative team, the first speaker and the team captain of the affirmative team. We have Miss Irene Jean Ispra. The second speaker of the affirmative team, we have Mr. Jason Munot. And the third speaker, we have Mr. Paul Jasper Gonzalez. To the negative side, we have the first speaker, Mr. Christian Catuno. Mr. Ray Pasco. And last but not the least, the third speaker, we have Mr. Jim Caballo. So guys, are you ready? So okay, let the battle begin. Let's give the 4 minutes constructive speech to the first affirmative. We have Miss Jean Irene Espra.
Pleasant morning to each and everyone. I am Jean Irene B. Espra on the affirmative side. Nowadays, many countries have abolished the death penalty, such as European countries like France and England, and Asian countries like Australia and the Philippines. Ending the death penalty has become a popular issue. Though to abrogate the death penalty is a trend, I still strongly oppose abolishing the death penalty due to the following 3 reasons. To begin with, criminals should not be respected because they have deprived the victim's right to live. They need to be responsible for their terrible behaviors of killing people. That's why criminals should be punished. The second one, executing the death penalty can also enhance the determination of the government to deter crimes. Moreover, it can give the public a sense of security. Last one is that the public will not accept criminals coming back to the society because they will increase the panic of the public. For instance, a sexual assault happened to an 11 years old 6 years ago. Then the criminal got imprisoned. Eventually, the public gave him the chance to regenerate but he did not cherish it and hurt girls again, causing fear and doubt in the public. Is that the way in giving justice? Sometimes bad people don't deserve second chances because we don't know what they are thinking, that there's a big possibility that they will do it again. That's why bad people, the criminals, must pay and be punished through death penalty because of their bad doings and terrible behaviors. Consequently, I believe that our society needs the death penalty to maintain its stability. Moreover, criminals should be responsible for their guilt. In conclusion, I assent practicing capital punishment or the death penalty here in our country. For the past few months, our country has been experiencing a lot of rape cases, drug cases, especially to those innocent kids and teenagers. Raping alone is not enough, but they also kill the poor victims. A lot of people have been asking for the return of death penalty. Death penalty must be reinstated here in the Philippines because many people that are victims in different crimes cases don't get justice. That the criminals should be hanged, shot, or even fed to the dogs in order to pay for their bad doings. In the long history of the Philippines, the death penalty was known and accepted fact. The Code of Kalantiao, the oldest recorded body of laws of our early ancestors, showed the strictness under the barangay that existed and based their moral acceptance of right and wrong. For example, anyone caught stealing would be penalized by suffering the loss of finger. Today, the state itself has different punishment opposite to its offense. Our legislators implement and pass a bill that will sentence a grave offender of crime. One of it is the Republic Act number 7659 or the Death Penalty Act, which gathers many controversies on its implementation. According to this act, a criminal who has been proven guilty to a heinous crime with a proper due process at law will be executed.
The time is over. Okay, let's give 2 minutes in circulation to the team captain of the negative side.
Good evening, everyone. According to you, there are 3 reasons to abolish the death penalty. Number 1, deprive the victim's right to live. Executing of death penalty can also enhance the determination of the government to deter crimes. The last is public will not accept criminals coming back to the society because they will increase the panic of the public. So, if your father killed your mother in an intentional way, even if you see the crime scene that he did it unintentional, would you still agree the death penalty?
Yes, through death penalty, victims and their families can have a sense of justice because in that way, criminals have been executed. And criminals must pay their terrible doings that death penalty can help a country to reduce the crimes in our country.
Death penalty is the only reason or is the only answer of all crimes. Even if the innocent murderers who do an intentional crime to the victims, would you strongly agree on it?
Yes, because criminals should be executed.
As what I have said, Mr. Speaker, your answer should be yes or no. According to the 10 commandments of the God in Exodus chapter 20 verse 13, thou shalt not kill. Only God knows how to take a person's life. You know that, I know that you know it, the 10 commandments of God. Do you dare to agree the law about death penalty, even if you disobey the commandments of God?
Yes, because people nowadays don't believe the commandments of God.
Would it be worth one innocent person to be killed unnecessarily, wrongfully for every 99 guilty people rightfully sentenced? Would you still want the death penalty?
Yes, those criminals have.
As what I have said, your answer is yes or no, miss. If you kill someone else.
Okay, the time is over. And now let's give the former's constructive speech to the first affirmative, the first negative.
Death penalty is a law about punishment of individual to limit the crime. In this law, the person who did crime will put his life into death. It is worst punishment. for it is an indirect killing, indirect killing through waste that kills lives with such devices at a time, and it is used as a consequent exchange in making crime. Though it is harsh, it is practiced by some countries, for they believe that it is the only way to stop crime. In the Philippines, this law is not necessarily to be implemented because it's quite risky in all people who do good and even those who aren't. And there are many reasons to be considered why is it bad. First and foremost, we do believe Christians that killing our fellow is bad, since it is the very beginning in God's 10 commandments that thou shalt not kill. Though you don't kill with your hands, but you are considered if you're mean to agree in reinstating the death penalty. In additional, God's intention is to love and not to kill. It is very clear in Gospel of Apostle Matthew that Jesus commanded love thy neighbor. Another reason, if this death penalty will be implemented, it will demolish the human's right to live, where in fact imprisonment is an effective punishment to any crime in which do not oppose the commandment of God, but instead secure the society. Moreover, high error rate in implementing death penalty can harm innocent people, and it would visit pain to the family of the criminals. Thus, it must not be implemented in our country because it has a great negative effects in the society rather than positive, and it might be people put in harm. However, we can have another ways that it is effective to minimize the crime but not have more disadvantages, and it is better to have it.
Okay, thank you. Let's give 2 minutes interpolation to the first account.
Do you think those criminals have conscience in doing different crimes?
Yes.
Is people nowadays thinking about the virtues and the commandments of God, in which there are many crime cases that happens in our country?
Yes.
If people truly believes in that virtues, there will be no such horrible crimes happening in our country.
Yes.
Do you think imprisonment is enough for those who are criminals to do horrible doings?
Yes, because some of them are...
No, answer me with yes or no only.
Okay.
Do you strongly believe that there is another way to reduce the crime cases here in our country?
Yes, that is
in which death penalty is the only way to minimize the crime cases
No,
here in
that's
our
not the
country?
only way.
Do you think abolishing the death penalty can give justice to those who are victims and their family as well? For in fact, criminals should be
No,
executed.
that's not... Revenge is not the reason to commit justice.
Okay, thank you. At this moment of time, let's give 4 minutes constructive speech to the second account.
Good morning to everyone. Capital punishment, also known as the death penalty, is a government-sanctioned practice where a person is put to death by the state as a punishment for a crime. Here are the list of advantages of death penalty. First, it deters bad people to commit heinous crimes. One reason supporters of the capital punishment are for death penalty is its effectiveness as a crime deterrent. According to the advocates for death sentencing, potential criminals will be scared to suffer harsh punishment. As a result, they will be hesitant to commit crimes like rape and murder cases. If an offender commits a crime that is punishable by death and gets executed, this will be known by the public, including those who are potential criminals. For fear of suffering the same fate be discouraged to commit crimes. Second, is that one hardened criminals deserve some of the crimes that are under capital punishment include murder and rape, depending on the country or state legalizing the practice for pro-death penalty. There are criminals who are repeat offenders and not scared to rape and murder again, knowing they will only be imprisoned. This type of people and those who cannot be transformed should be put to death to project the majority. Third, the government needs to spend for criminals who are murderers and such. If there will be no death penalty, criminals who have committed grave offenses will only get life sentences and stay in prison. With the increasing number of incarcerated individuals, the government will be spending more and more on food and health care of these inmates. Fourth, it reduces the number of committed crimes. People hard for death penalty have said that without it, the number of major crimes like murder and homicide will escalate since bad elements will not be afraid to do whatever they want, from dealing drugs to killing other people. Without harsh punishment for their offenses, criminals will be taking advantage of weaker people and victims. Fifth, it is humane, clean, and safe. Advocates for the death penalty claim that with a lethal injection being practiced by more states and countries over other forms of death sentence executions, it is the better option. Death by lethal injection is not as barbaric as hanging or firing squad that can be messy and more painful. The expression capital punishment or death penalty is ambiguous, referring to a species of act of executing someone for conduct judged to be criminal. It often refers to a certain kind of social institution. The institution of capital punishment is one pattern punishment that forms part of our legal system in many, but not as societies. It involves certain rules like those of the execution and the criminal and certain rules such as the rule that only person condemned to death by court is to be executed. In most society, the punishment for murder is execution.
Okay, the time is over. So let's give 2 minutes in circulation to the second delegate.
Okay, UK does not have death penalty, but the US does. If this law is an effective deterrent of crime, why does USA have a higher murder rate than UK? Now my question, is it really effective that you can deter the crime with this law, death penalty?
Yes.
Okay, my second question. Are you aware if ever the offender who commits crime is your relatives that will put to kill by this harsh punishment? Or would you let them to die even it is an intentional crime?
Yes.
Okay, my third question. Government don't stop on spending more food cause they'll know that criminals are also a human who need it. Criminals are also a human. It is clear that thus, are you aware with the law of humans' right to live?
No.
Okay. I do believe that you are a Christian. Yet, on the book of Genesis, God told to the people to be fruitful and multiply. If you let people to die, you are going to oppose God's told. Thus, are you really a believers of God?
Yes.
Okay, the time is over. Let's give 4 minutes constructive speech to the second delegate.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The negative side is firm in not implementing this law, death penalty. Nowadays, the population of criminal people are increasing, and it is now rooted even in the most small unit in community. It is always present in the news That's why lawmakers seek opinions from different sources to find solution about this matter. On the other's observation, reinstating the death penalty is the only way to stop the crime. However, there are proof that crime won't stop, though criminals frightened about this law. But it is still cannot treat because of some important reasons. First, the weak and corrupt government can't establish a great law about this, or they can't able to work well because they are focused on other bad agenda. Another is the crime that started from poverty and the hopeless people in society have more population, and until the government can solve it, the crime would not stop. Reinstating this death penalty don't really give advantages. Besides, it will put humans' life into risk. On the other hand, when we do not accept this law, we can preserve the human's right to live. And in the same way, we can follow the commandments of God, which is not to kill. The innocent people do not worry about the harm taken by this law when they commit an intentional crime. And lastly, the family of criminals do not feel pain, even to the victims it is hurt. Thus, it is better if the government solve first the reasons why crime arises, and we must not let this law implemented. Otherwise, it may harm people's life. Besides, do not really deter crime.
Okay, thank you. Let's give 2 minutes interpolation to the second penalty.
If you are strongly disagree in implementing the death penalty, how can you do that when we're in fact that our present president was against to those who are criminals and also drug users, especially to the drug lords? Do you think that the president will be convinced to eliminate the death penalty?
Yes, I'm
Can
very
you please
sure.
answer it yes or no? Do you have some important proofs regarding to this law, which is the death penalty, in which it must be abolished?
Yes.
You said a while ago that the government can able to work well because they are focused on the other agenda. Well, does this other agenda don't relieve this law?
Yes.
You mentioned also that when we don't accept this law, we can
Okay, the
preserve
time
it.
is over. So at this time, let us give 4 minutes constructive speech to the third affirmative side.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Present time, many people are victims of different crimes, such as rape, murder, and violence. With those crimes, the victims and their family, as we should have justice in order to ease the pain within their hearts. Criminals should be condemned in order to pay their bad doings. Death penalty should be reinstated, in which the execution of criminals is an effective deterrent in the proliferation of heinous crimes. The death penalty will help stop people performing vigilant justice because the state is doing its job. Death penalty is one way we can give to the victims and their families a sense of justice. As long as the heinous crimes can get away from jail, either by pardon or escaping the victims, and families will always feel short-changed. Implementing death penalty in our country can help to reduce crimes. It can maintain peace and order. And yes, the life of the people are given by God, and it was a blessing. But if that particular person are against the law, we should not tolerate them. Because people now in the prison are not afraid in the government. So we should be thankful to our president because he implemented death penalty in our country. In that way, it can eliminate or reduce crimes. Having this law in our country, many people can realize, especially to the criminals, that they need to change. Death penalty can help give justice to those who are victims, and their family that the criminals would be guilty and must be executed. I strongly agree in executing or reinstating the death penalty here in our country in order to give justice for the victims. That is the only way to minimize crimes cases here in our country. That those rape victims, murder victims, and drug victims. Through death penalty, criminals can be distinguished here in our country.
Okay, thank you. So, this one we have time. Let's give 2 minutes of interpolation to the negative side.
Good morning, fellow students and teachers. You agree in reinstating the death penalty, right?
Yes, because it can help to reduce crimes in our country.
Excuse me. Let me talk first. Is one of your motives to reinstate this law is to give justice to the victims and to his family to listen to your case? Are there really studies that can prove that it is effective in governing or disciplining the people in the state that committing an illegal act?
Yes, because death penalty can reduce crimes.
Excuse me, can you answer yes or no?
Yes.
Would you still agree in reinstating the death penalty if one of your family is involved in illegal activity?
Yes, I strongly agree with death penalty in this society.
Do you think that this death penalty cannot affect the verses in the Bible that God says that life is blessings and in the 10 commandments?
Yes.
Can you possibly assure that this law would not affect the different religions, especially like Catholic, that they will not interact in reinstating this kind of shooting and brutal law?
Yes.
Okay, the time is over. So, let's give 4 minutes of constructive speech to the third negative side.
We firmly stand on not reinstating the death penalty if it is based in human rights, because it's the basic right and freedom to which all humans are to be considered entitled. Civil political rights, right to live, right to liberty, right to believe, and the World Conference on Human Rights affirmed the crucial connection between international peace and security and the rule of law and human rights, placing them all within the larger context of democratization and development. So we will not agree in reinstating the death penalty, because it's so pernicious kind of way in disciplining the people who's living in that city or state. In most cases, some of the accused are mentally ill, and it is ethically wrong to put mentally ill patients to all death. Otherwise, people who can afford to hire expensive lawyers often survive from such kind of capital punishment. People who are poor and cannot afford to get a quality legal assistance becomes the victims of this penalty punishment. In another way, they just using it as a death tool in killing all the innocent and poor people that has been accused with no common reason, and because they don't have money to spend or pay the expensive lawyers, they will be the first running candidates to that kind of pernicious punishment. Some experts say believe that life imprisonment is more effective punishment to control crimes as compared to the death penalty. The countries where the death penalty is banned have this capital crime rate as compared to those countries where the death penalty is practiced.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, let's give 2 minutes and circulate to the affirmative side.
Did you mean that the only poor person can be punished by the death penalty? No. Did you think that the death penalty cannot help to stop the crimes in this country? Does death penalty is pernicious to the criminals in this society?
Yes.
Would you believe that the death penalty can abuse the human rights of the people living in this country?
Yes.
Do you think those criminals who killed innocent people respect those lives of those victims? Do you think those criminals who killed innocent people respect those lives of those victims?
No.
So at this moment of time, let's give 4 minutes rebuttal speech to the two counseling and side.
revenge is not the answer to commit justice. I don't think that in its current state, the system of justice in the country is fit to carry out the death penalty in favor of the rich and influential. The poor being unable to pay for the services of good lawyers are often left at the immoral judges of the weaknesses of the system itself. In many cases, the poor are convicted because they do not have the resources or the means by which they can defend themselves. They are already victims of social injustice and inequality, which is why poor are forced to commit crimes in this first place. The death penalty is another law that violates their human rights. And now, where is the justice of being biased by the lawmakers? Where?
Okay, let's give 45 minutes to the rebuttal speech of the team captain of the affirmative side.
The law may be harsh, but it is still a law. People who commit crimes should be executed. Ignorance of law excuses no one. Here in our country, there are many crimes such as rape, murder, and drug cases, in which criminals or the felonious people must be executed in order to pay for their criminality behaviors. Criminal people deserve the death penalty as their punishment in order to give justice or equity to the victims and their family as well. So do you think abolishing the capital punishment is appropriate? What would happen to those victims? Are there any justice for them? Criminals should be executed. Putting them into prison is not enough to pay for their criminality. Criminals should be hanged, shot, and firing squad in order to pay their horrible action. Putting them into prison can make them easier to escape, especially to those who are rich people, that they will just use their money to defend their criminality. Rich people will drag down the poor people. Even if those rich people do those crimes, they will use their money and their connections to drag down the poor. The justice here is too shady for seeming to be dishonest. With that, death penalty must be implemented here in our country to reveal those criminals and punish the criminals in order to have justice and fairness to those who are victims. Death penalty is the best way to decrease the number of crimes here in our country. It can solve the unsolved crimes here in the Philippines, that victims and their families can have their payback to those criminals who destroyed their lives, reputation, and dignity as a human being.
Is there a fairness? Your law is biased. The only breaker of your law is only the makers on it.
Yes, there is a justice. Do you think abolishing the capital punishment is appropriate?
Your justice is to revenge. That is not the answer.
Death penalty is the only way to reduce the crimes here in our country.
It's biased. Your law is biased.
What would happen to those victims? Are there any justice for them? Criminals should be executed.
Yes.
Because they do such crimes, and those poor victims that they raped, they murdered.
Yes, but not all murderers are doing intentional to its victims.
No, criminals have intention to
Your
do
law
that
is
such
biased.
thing and that victims.
That's the truth. It's the
No,
breakers,
death penalty
the makers.
will be executed here in our country.
Okay, thank you, debaters. So, and to proclaim our winners for today's debate, may I call on Mrs. Nochilago for announcing the best speaker, best debaters, and the winning team.
Wait, sakit ako.
So, good morning, everyone. So, according to my source, the death penalty excessive punishment, and it is an execution of an offender's sentence to commit a conviction of a foreign law of a criminal offense. This is one of the most hottest issues in the Philippines. The President-elect Rodrigo Roa III of the disposal of the return of the death penalty, which was thrown back to the Catholic and Protestant churches, Amnesty International, and individuals. Persons gives his or her opinions either they agree or not. So, the death penalty is a law about punishment of individual to limit the crime. In this law, the person who did the crime will put his into death. It is first punishment, for it is an indirect killing through ways that kills lives with such devices at a time, and it is used for a consequent change in making crime. Though it is harsh, it is practiced by some countries where they believe that it is the way to stop the crime. So, are you ready, judges? Okay, let's all again. Okay, I'd like to introduce again our affirmative team and our negative team. Start with our first speaker. We have Miss Jean Irene Espra. A round of applause. And so our second speaker, we have Mr. Jason Munod. And last but not least, our third speaker for the affirmative side, we have Mr. Paul Jasper. And to the left side, we have the team captain. And the first speaker of the negative team, we have Mr. Christian Gatulo. And our second speaker on the negative side, we have Mr. Ray Pasco. And to our last speaker, we have Mr. Eugene Caballes. And in behalf of okay, can you please give a little support to your team? We have the affirmative team. How about the negative team? Okay, so at this moment of time, I guess the judges are now ready for announcing the best speaker, best debaters in the meeting. Okay, so again, I'd like to call on Mrs. Nochilag. Okay, again, so the death penalty is an excessive punishment. It is an execution of an offender's sentence to death after conviction by a court of law of a criminal offense. This is one of the most hottest issues in the Philippines. The President-elect Rodrigo Roa III, in his disposal of the return of the death penalty, which has drawn back Catholic and Protestant churches, Amnesty International, and individuals. Persons give his or her opinions, either he or she agreed or not. The death penalty is a a law about punishment of individuals to limit the crime. In this law, the person who did crime will put his life into death. It is worst punishment for it is an indirect killing to race, the killing lives which sacrifices at a time, and it is used as a consequent change in making crime, though it is farce. It is practiced by some countries where they believe that it is the only way to stop crime. Okay, at this moment of time, I call on Ms. Mochilago for the proclaiming of the winners.
Okay, so I would like to extend our congratulations to the panelists for the affirmative and the negative side, for the effort, for really nice in preparing their speeches. No, I understand that you really have done your best. So for the winners, these are what the three jury had come up. For the win team, based from the difficult assessment, we concluded the negative is the winning team. Congratulations for the best debater and the best captain. The three jury were able to reach the conclusion to give the certificate to, as the best debator, Miss Jean Irene Espra from the affirmative side. And for the best speaker, congratulations to the second speaker of the negative side. Yay!